for Graham. That was like his first time ever doing stand-up. That was awesome. So our next guy, he's a really cool guy. Actually, like 5 minutes before the show started, the vice president of the comedy club, Zach Jacoby, he comes up to me and he's like, "There's a kid in here who looks just like the kid that's gonna do stand-up tonight." And I was like, holy shit. And so I look at this kid, and he's right there, and I want everyone to look at him. He's right there. And he looks just like this kid in the flannel. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway, that was just a side note. Anyway, so give it up for Adam Sterling, our next guy.
Cool. So my name's Adam Sterling. They already said that. I'm not Jewish. I know that's kind of a shocker, but it was kind of a question at first, like, oh, should we let him in? Was he circumcised? And they stick the golem on me, I'm safe. And they let me into the club. And yeah, so here I am doing comedy. Before I came here, I ate a very dry turkey leg. It was well cooked, but it's been in the fridge for a few days. I microwaved it, and it's all dry, and I picked it all out of my teeth like a bird. And I hate turkey. Who had fun on Thanksgiving? Speaking of turkey. Anybody? It's okay to say no. Like, you don't have to lie to me. All right. Thanksgiving is hilarious. I never remember what day Thanksgiving is on, and people always judge me for not remembering what day Thanksgiving is on, even though it's completely useless information. Nobody will point a gun at your head and say, "What fucking day is Thanksgiving?" No one will ever do that. That will never happen. Hopefully, maybe in Detroit. But Thanksgiving, I don't like it because it's just this weird time in November where we get together with people that we have nothing in common with for arbitrary reasons, and we get a weird bird and that nobody likes, and we eat it. And birds, I'm just picturing like a turkey. Have you ever sat and looked at a turkey? It looks like a grotesquely malformed chicken with that thing that makes coyotes into chupacabras, whatever, mange. And it looks like it's flexing as hard as it can to be jerky. It's forcing it, and it's trying to be jerky. And it doesn't work because birds make terrible jerky. And I'm just picturing like Puritans when they first came here and they saw a turkey, just like, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's the thing that's making the weird noise like that. That's what that is. That's what it is. I hate it. I hate the look of that thing. It looks like we should kill it. And it's got a long, gross neck and a bald head with nuts that look like mine hanging from its head. Let's not eat those. And then they starved and they said, wow, let's eat those. But it tastes exactly how it looks. They probably said it looks like it's going to taste like dry chicken mixed with sawdust. And it tastes like dry chicken mixed with sawdust. My family does prime rib. We just skipped over turkey entirely because it matters. But my family's Thanksgivings usually turn into really hyper cringy political arguments. And it's great because nobody knows what they're talking about because most of my relatives, they haven't realized yet that Duck Dynasty is scripted. And they get their news from Facebook. And doing both of those, especially at the same time, is basically the intellectual equivalent of sticking Cheese Whiz in your ear, just blasting it through your skull, just like, sure, expel Muslims! It's like sticking Cheese Whiz in your head. It's the intellectual equivalent of that. And they're just not equipped to talk about these debates. They act like they have solutions for complicated problems that literally baffle the greatest minds on earth right now. Like, we know how to solve unemployment caused by automation. We know how to solve refugee crises. We know how to solve the fact that inbred mole people are using their shape-shifting abilities to take over the government. I say, no, Uncle Johnny, you run an inmate crew that fights wildfires. It's a tough job, but you're not equipped to deal with fucking shapeshifters. You're just not equipped to that. Leave that up to Delta Force. They're paid to do that. They're educated in that topic. Leave it to them. But we didn't get political arguments this year. It was pretty pleasant. We nipped that in the bud, especially because of all the vitriol around the current election, or past election, whatever. So instead, I got really cringy, invasive comments from my Aunt Kim about my love life. Hey, who wants to know all the intimate, sweaty details of my love life and my attempts at dating and stuff? Who wants to? Nobody? Good, you're normal people. And so it just, are you dating a cheerleader yet? You should date a cheerleader, they're very business-minded. What the fuck? Ask me to pass the ham. This has nothing to do with ham at all. There are 20,000 people on this campus. A little over half of them are women, and several dozen of those are cheerleaders. I've literally never met one. I don't know who the hell they are, but she's obsessed with this. She goes on and on about how I need to get off my ass and date a cheerleader, and it's weird, and it's cringy, and she says, "Oh, Adam, you need to find a nice, submissive woman to settle down with." First of all, no. Second of all, she literally used that word, submissive. It's just like, what? I don't need to find the love of my life to share my life with hers. I need to go in, like, just swig it, I need to, like, sneak in and take over her life, like a sexual parasite that reads a lot of the L. James novels. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. That's not how I think. And it just, so the election is finally over, and I know you're done hearing about it, but I'm not going to talk specifically about the election. I voted in it. I'm not going to say someone else's opinion like that alone as a joke, because I'm not a jerk. Who I voted for doesn't matter, but it took me 3 hours of white-hot agony dealing with this, trying to vote, especially because of all the complicated things going on in California, all the bills and stuff. It took me 3 hours, pure pain. And I just had to go flog the dolphin afterwards, and I had to sleep with a teddy bear, not for what you're thinking, but to soak up all the tears, and then I burned it to get all that cathartic rage out of my system. I couldn't handle it. You know how long the campaign took this year? The campaign took 18 months for a woman to become pregnant and grow a human being in her abdomen. A human that is capable of language. You can have a conversation with them. Just to grow this human. Then she pushes it out onto the floor in a tangled, greasy mass of cords like a pig that just got back from Mardi Gras. And just for that to happen, it takes 9 months for a healthy baby. 9 months. You can do that twice in the campaign cycle. That means if I had self-confidence, I could ruin my life twice. 3 times if I did multi-level marketing. And just alienate everybody, get 2 people pregnant, and have their kids be born, and run out my bank accounts before the media's done playing with its food. That's how long it took. So I've been very negative so far, speaking of breast milk, and I have a solution though, and this is not negative, this is lighthearted. The solution is black, it's yellow, oh, you guys are all nervous, makes a buzzing noise, and because of pesticides, it's dying at an alarming rate. No, not Larry King. Guys, it's funny. Not Larry King, I'm talking about bees. And because bees, God, it's just bees. Bees make everything rad as fuck. They're just amazing. Just unleash them. Just unleash bees on people and they don't know what to do. Just take those really bad presidential debates we had where people just fought. Just grown men and women behaving like infants. Just unleash bees everywhere. Just bees. Just, I hate gay people. Bees. I think you're acting stupid and your opinion doesn't matter. Bees. And just bees everywhere. Just Christianity is the only valid religion. We should expel all others. Aunt Kim, I didn't expect to see you here again. Bees! And Thanksgiving, all family dinners really, especially Thanksgiving, they're all better with bees because when everyone's worried about being stung to death, they don't get mired in politics. It's great. And when you're all at the emergency room together, and it's better with wasps. When they're all at the emergency room together, it really brings the family together. And just once again, I'm not Jewish, and that's all the material I have for you. Thanks for your time.